Next time around, let's worry about our own plate. Let's secure the votes. Make sure everybody was here. All the whole works. All right, to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Tonight on News 12 New Jersey, financial crisis averted after Edison leaders approve a town budget. And developing tonight, we're hearing from both ICE and Governor Sherrill about another Delaney Hall inmate dying. And hundreds are expected to come and pay their respects at a vigil for 2 children who drowned in the Passaic River. Thank you for joining us here tonight on News 12 New Jersey. I'm Dara Brown. A weeks-long budget stalemate in Edison is finally over. Township leaders approved a 2026 spending plan tonight, bringing an end to a dispute that affected services and forced hundreds of employees off the job. News 12's Jennifer Porter-Real reports.
After hours of discussion, the council approved the 2026 municipal budget in a 6-1 vote. The weeks-long fight over the township's budget came to an end Monday night, but not before dozens of residents packed the council chambers to voice their concerns, with many saying they still had more questions than answers.
From the very beginning, everything was in question. Public and obviously some of the council were unaware of what was in the budget.
On the first vote, I gave no less than 25 copies that I had out to residents who asked me.
Town is out of control and spending taxpayers' money at an uncontrollable pace.
Budget approved.
The vote comes just weeks after Edison was forced into a partial municipal shutdown when officials failed to approve emergency funding.
We need to act now to prevent what happened this year from repeating itself next year.
The shutdown led to the furlough of hundreds of township employees, disrupting municipal court and other services. The council later approved temporary funding, allowing employees to return to work.
Basically, tell them they may lose their job and be furloughed was a sin, and should all be ashamed of yourselves because it's your fault.
The vote was welcomed by law enforcement.
We're just happy to be able to put this behind us and focus on what we do, which is taking care of our residents here.
Many, including several council members, argued the 2026 budget was introduced too late in the year, but Mayor Sam Joshi disagreed.
It's ridiculous that the council members put us in this position to begin with. They've had these discussions started in April, and in May they formally accepted the budget.
Next time around, let's worry about our own plate. Let's secure the votes. Make sure everybody was here. All the whole works. All right, to make sure that doesn't happen again.
In Edison, Jennifer Porter-Real, News 12, New Jersey.
A proposal to build a warehouse in Nutley is facing pushback from residents. The former proponent, Federal Credit Union on Washington Avenue, has been vacant since last year. Now a developer is proposing a nearly 27,000 square foot warehouse with 4 loading docks. Residents say they're worried about more traffic, noise, air pollution, and the building being close to homes and schools. They plan to voice their concerns at the next zoning board meeting on Wednesday. Time now for a check of the weather, and Dave Curran is here with that forecast. Dave.
And it is so much better for tonight going into tomorrow. The humidity is already easing. The front has cleansed our atmospheric palette. The winds have changed direction, and we're starting to see a more pleasant atmosphere beginning to, surround New Jersey. So the rain showers are gone, and we're not looking for wet weather to return until probably by the middle of the afternoon on Wednesday. And it is going to be a very summery setup once we get there. So the rains from earlier today along this frontal boundary, this front's going to stick around. It's actually going to waffle back towards the coast and allow a series of storm systems to kind of like ride up it. So this is going to bring some instability back to our forecast. But in the short term, that fair weather system that's over the Great Lakes, that is going to be driving our forecast, and we've got nothing but sunshine. We start in the 50s and 60s. We wind up in and around the middle 80s. It's absolutely beautiful because there is no humidity. However, when those winds change direction again, we're actually going to start to see temperatures warming up, the humidity coming back, and the showers coming back as well. We'll talk about it with the 10-day coming up in just a little bit. Dara?
All right, Dave, thank you. And it was a very messy morning today between the rain and flooding. In Old Bridge, during a heavy downpour, crews cleared 2 smashed cars that took down this traffic light on Route 9. And blinding rain overnight on 287 in Piscataway, a semi-truck jackknifed off the side of the highway. People tell us the weather this summer has been crazy.
It's on and off. So one day it's raining, one day it's beautiful, and it just sucks so often. Every day, it's like you don't know what to expect. But only in Jersey, right?
We can't expect anything in Jersey. It's crazy weather. We can't even enjoy anything now.
Flooding from today's rain triggered several water rescues in Ewing Township. The fire department was called to Rosedale Avenue, where vehicles were trapped by floodwater. Firefighters rescued the drivers of 2 separate vehicles, and crews also checked nearby homes that were impacted by the flooding to ensure no one needed help. New tonight, the city of Garfield has announced a candlelight vigil for the 2 children who lost their lives drowning in the Passaic River. Police say 10-year-olds Milian Dula and Michael Clank and his 11-year-old sister were playing on a nearby boat launch Wednesday afternoon when they were swept into the river. Michael's sister survived because he pushed her to safety. The vigil will be this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. at Century Field on Elizabeth Street. The entire community is welcome to come. And we are learning more about a fire at an IHOP on Route 17 in Hasbrook Heights. It sparked at around 7 this morning, the roof collapsing from those flames. The restaurant was closed at the time, but a few employees were inside. One firefighter was treated for minor injuries. And a Philadelphia man sentenced to 27 years in prison for child exploitation crimes. Prosecutors say Bobby Jean Orrick began an online relationship with an 11-year-old girl in 2022 and convinced her to send him explicit images. They say he also targeted other minors. Then in 2024, Orrick arranged for the girl to run away from home and brought her to New Jersey. The 2 were on the run for about a month before they were captured in Galloway. And now in Atlantic County, prosecutors say Edward Roselle of Egg Harbor was sentenced to 5 years in prison for attempting to create child pornography. Last year, Roselle admitted to officers that he asked someone he believed was a 12-year-old girl to send him sexual images. Another inmate at Delaney Hall has died. The family of Edwin Giovanni says ICE failed to tell them that he died. Rather, they learned after getting a call from the hospital and his cellmate. News 12's Chris Keating had a chance to speak with Giovanni's mother.
A Plainfield family is mourning the loss of 39-year-old Edwin Giovanni. He had lived in the U.S. for 20 years before being taken into ICE custody 6 weeks ago.
Estamos destrozados porque esto no es fácil.
His mother telling us today that she and her husband and Edwin's brother are distraught. She last spoke with Edwin by phone on Friday. Through a translator, she told us,
Él me dijo de que la casa.
When the son communicated to the mom, the half of his face was numb and also the arm.
Giovanni suffered from high blood pressure and diabetes, and his mother questions whether he was receiving his medication.
El doctor le dijo que le iba a mandar.
Early in the morning, he did see a nurse or a doctor inside the detention center who said that he was going to do some exams, and after the exams, he will get back to him.
The family says a cellmate later told them that Giovanni suffered a medical emergency on Saturday, became unresponsive, and was taken to University Hospital where he later died. Giovanni's mother also feels disrespected because she didn't know her son had died until Saturday afternoon. That's when she got a call from University Hospital saying she needed to identify his remains. She never got a call from the GEO Group, which runs this facility, nor ICE. In previous statements, the agency has denied allegations of inadequate medical care, saying ICE conducts comprehensive medical, dental, and mental health screenings within 12 hours of arrival, completes a full health assessment within 14 days, and ensures ongoing access to medical appointments and 24-hour emergency care. This is the second time an inmate has died at Delaney Hall. In December of last year, John Wilson Brutus of Haiti died after suffering a medical episode 24 hours after arriving.
This is not one isolated case. This is becoming systematic. Across the country, it's been more than 22 deaths in ICE custody or by the hands of ICE.
Advocates say concerns about medical care have fueled repeated protests outside Delaney Hall. The family says they're now searching for answers about what caused Giovanni's death and whether he received proper care. In Newark, I'm Chris Keating, News 12 New Jersey.
Homeland Security responding tonight saying in part ICE is committed to ensuring that all those in custody reside in safe, secure, and humane environments. Comprehensive medical care is provided from the moment individuals arrive and throughout their stay. Governor Mikey Sherrill saying in part, my administration is working with our congressional delegation to gather all the facts surrounding this death. This tragedy is another painful reminder of why Delaney Hall should be closed. State Attorney General Jennifer Davenport is suing the Trump administration over a plan to share personal information from families receiving public assistance. She says the policy could give federal agencies, including ICE, access to sensitive data from Work First New Jersey recipients. The lawsuit seeks to block the policy from taking effect. And anchor letters are expected to arrive this month. If you rent or own, you're eligible to get property tax relief. Only those who applied will get a confirmation letter. If your anchor application has not yet been filed, you can still fill out an application online. The deadline is November 2nd. How much are you willing to spend for convenience? Well, at one Passaic County Mall, they're hoping you'll pay a little extra to save time. What's being offered? Here's a need to know. The state's new Skip the Stuff law is now in effect. This means you'll have to ask for plastic utensils, ketchup packets, or straws in your takeout bag or delivery container. Restaurants are not allowed to just throw them in. The law is supposed to cut down on trash. Schools and hospitals, however, are allowed to keep giving out plastic items. If you go to the beach or a concert or a sporting event, you may expect to pay to park closer to your destination. But what about a mall? Our Jim Murdoch stopped by Willowbrook Mall in Wayne, where more than 100 premium parking spots are now paid only.
Even on a rainy Monday, these premium parking spots at Willowbrook Mall are mostly empty. That's because parking here now costs a few dollars an hour, and so far shoppers aren't buying it.
I would probably just choose to park in a different spot. I mean, I come here to spend a lot of money anyways. I don't want to spend more money on a parking spot. We're college students, so we're here to spend the little money that we have.
The mall recently added paid parking to 119 spaces. While plenty of free parking remains, some shoppers told us they were surprised to see these spots sitting empty. Mall officials say the spaces are designed for shoppers making quick trips.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But some folks say there's nothing convenient about nickel and diming hard-working Americans.
We're in a mall to park, to go spend money in their mall and their establishments, and they're charging us now to park. Like I said, we'll be paying for oxygen soon. We really will.
According to a mall spokesperson, those locked-in rates of $2.45 the first hour and $2 every additional hour will not change even during the upcoming busy holiday season. 10% of the revenue will go to Child Focus, a nonprofit that helps abused and neglected children in Passaic and Union counties. The company managing the lot operates similar paid parking programs at malls across the country. The maximum daily charge here is $10.
If you don't want to and you want to just get free parking, you take your time and you find a spot.
In Wayne, Jim Murdoch, News 12, New Jersey.
New tonight, part of American Dream Mall had to temporarily close due to a power outage. Mall officials say all guests were safely evacuated from park rides. A new study shows shoplifting dropped by double digits in 2025. Data shows retail theft declined by nearly 12.5%. Merchandise theft dropped 8.1%. Retailers say better security and training are helping stores deal with shoplifting. Well, the dropping price of oil not yet translating to the gas pumps. The average cost for a gallon of regular here in the Garden State is $4.13. That's 3 cents more than the national average. Last month, we were paying $3.83. A West Orange woman pedaled her way through another Pan Mass Challenge, continuing a decades-long fight against cancer. Linda Sterling completed the 2-day 177-mile ride across Massachusetts, carrying more than 800 ribbons honoring people affected by cancer. Over 27 years, she has raised more than $2.3 million for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. Monster Jam is coming back to Newark next week. The adrenaline-charged competition features 12,000-pound trucks. It will be August 14th through the 16th at Prudential Center. And if you haven't gone to the New Jersey State Fair, you have 1 week left. During the week, it is open from noon to 10 p.m. And for the last day, Saturday, the fair is open from 10 to 10. Tickets vary. Go to news12.com, numbers and links for more information. And the Powerball jackpot taking another big jump. Yeah, it's now growing to an estimated $748 million. That is a $325 million cash value. No one matched all 6 numbers in Saturday's drawing. The next drawing is set for tonight at 11. Next year's Met Gala theme is sparking controversy. The 2027 event will honor fashion designer John Galliano. Despite his 2011 convictions for hate-related offenses after making anti-Semitic and racist remarks, Galliano has since apologized, calling his actions disgusting. Vogue editor Anna Wintour says his career should not be defined by a single moment. Good news for pumpkin spice lovers. Starbucks is brewing up a new list of pumpkin-flavored drinks for the fall. You can get them August 25th. Meanwhile, Dunkin' is planning to jump its rival on the calendar with its returning fall-flavored drink lineup. Its pumpkin-inspired drinks hit the menu on August 19th.
In tonight's episode on How We Aggravate Dave.
No, we're going to talk about apple cider.
Yeah, okay.
You know, apples are perfect for the season. They are the thing to have.
I'm with you. Apple over pumpkin. But we're not even into a full week of August.
I know.
And we're talking about silly companies bringing in the fall and jumping the shark.
And it's going to be potentially what? High 80s, 90s?
Yeah, hot and humid. Who wants to think about that? Ever.
Tell us how
Let's
you really
walk.
feel.
Oh, you don't want to know how I feel. I will be fired. You're going to have to put on the bleep button if you really want to hear how I feel about pumpkin spice. 76 right now, dropping down to 66. It is going to be a beautiful, beautiful evening with overnight lows dropping down into the 50s and 60s. There is no humidity, or at least the humidity levels are going to quickly begin to lower on a very favorable wind. And that leads us into tomorrow. I mean, we're looking at just pristine weather conditions as fair weather moves in from the Great Lakes. That's driving the forecast for tonight and for tomorrow. That fair weather system will move offshore, and that will change the direction, becoming more southerly, and that will start ramping up the humidity and bringing in the warmth once again. So for tomorrow, we're looking for a beautiful afternoon, mainly sunny skies with some hints of afternoon clouds developing. Temperatures will be in the low, middle, some spots upper 80s, but it is a comfortable warmth because the humidity just isn't going to be there. Temperatures at the beaches are going to be, for the most part, in the upper 70s. The wind's coming in off of the east a little bit, so that'll bring in a nice sea breeze from Sandy Hook all the way down towards Cape May. Wednesday is the changeable day. Now, I think this is going to be a very summery afternoon. Daytime highs are going to be in and around the mid to upper 80s. Then those storms start to develop. And then, again, the storms are not going to be a statewide soaker. They're going to be all over the place, but in a widely scattered nature. So we're going to be dealing with these summer thunder pop-up storms for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and possibly into Saturday. But the week isn't a total washout. It's just going to be very summery with that chance of afternoon storms.
The MLB trade deadline has come and gone, and the New York Mets made 2 more trades. Reliever Huascar Brazoban is going to the Chicago White Sox in exchange for 2 minor league pitchers, and left-handed pitcher Brooks Raley is on his way to Philadelphia. The Mets getting back 2 prospects, and in the last few days, the Mets also traded pitchers Freddie Peralta and A.J. Minter. The first NFL preseason game kicks off on Thursday. Both the Jets and Giants are ramping up training camp today. It's the first practice in pads for the summer. Jets head coach Aaron Glenn says the team is on the right track.
I really liked the first day in pads. I really did, right? We have some things we got to improve on. We all know that. But today was a good day. The competitive nature was right where we want to be. I think our guys are really understanding exactly how we want to practice.
The New York Jets suit up for preseason next Friday, August 14th, against the Buccaneers. And today, also the first day of pads for practice for the New York Giants. Head coach John Harbaugh says the team is progressing well.
Not too much evaluating, just more really trying to build this week. We really have to build this week, and that's what this week is for.
Their first preseason game is next Saturday, the 15th. They host the Vikings at MetLife Stadium at 1 o'clock. And it is hard to believe that football season is almost here. I know, look at you, you're so excited.
So
but you know
good.
what that brings?
Don't say pumpkin spice.
You know I was on
Do
that.
not
I
even
was
go
on
there.
it.
We are no longer friends. I was just like, football and a pumpkin. Why would you do that?
Well,
to me?
because that's coming too.
How about that for pumpkin spice?
Okay, give
Let's
us
see
some
where the
sunshine.
forecast is going. We are looking at a clearing sky. Temperatures are dropping. That wind is bringing in drier air. Actually looking for a really comfortable start to the morning with temperatures for the most part in the lower 70s. More of a northeasterly wind here in Monmouth County. We'll keep, temperatures, in and around the lower 70s, warm back up into the upper 70s and lower 80s. Tomorrow is a fantastic Chamber of Commerce kind of afternoon. And then the winds change direction, and we are going to look for the humidity to return, and the temperatures are going to warm back up. We are going to look for afternoon high temperatures as we roll into Wednesday, back into and around the mid to upper 80s and lower 90s, and there will more than likely kick off a few widely scattered showers, maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms. That summery pattern is going to continue for Thursday, Friday, and even going into portions of Saturday, but the weekend is salvageable, looking wonderful, especially on Sunday with mainly sunny skies. I'll have more details on that forecast coming right up.
Thanks, Dave. And after weeks of uncertainty and a short shutdown, Edison's Town Council has finally decided on a budget. A look at what's in it and how residents are reacting.